Hi guys. So in this video, we'll talk about how, like my thoughts on how we can improve education and specifically school education, but also in professional, in college, and later on in life also, how education you can improve for yourself and how you can help others as well. So I'd written this blog 2 3 years ago, but then I thought maybe I'll make a video on it so that people can understand it. So let's get started. So first thing, I think very important, especially for school or college students, is to understand that you have to be a self-learner, right? All the great scientists, great writers, etc., everyone has been self-learners, right? In schools, sometimes teacher teaches us everything. They like if there are 10 chapters in the book, the teacher teaches all the chapters and thinks that it's her or his responsibility to do that, which is the intention is very good, but that does not lead to the student themselves developing this capacity of learning on their own. So they don't become self learners, they're always dependent on a teacher, on a coaching class, right? So this carries on in later in life, so that somewhere is impacts their learning, right? So very important that in schools we build this capacity of self learning. We promote this self learning, that learn from the books. Maybe if there are 10 chapters, we can say 2 chapters the students will learn on their own. So the first, I would say, the intervention we can do is to promote self learning. Second is to promote critical thinking, right? Very important. uh, Maybe now that the new curriculum has come, this is there, but what I mean is that in the school we have seen that the questions that are there are very standard questions, right? If you read the chapter, you will be able to answer the question. Mostly the questions are repeated. Whatever is taught in class is then asked in exams, right? And the questions are very simple. There is no deeper level of thinking. The dimensionality of the problems is very low, right? If you can read the chapter, you will be able to answer. So what I am saying is, uh, let put some pressure not on the width part, that don't try to teach 100 topics, try to teach say 20 topics, but try to make the children think more, right? Give them complex problems, problems that are, they have to apply their brain to, and then don't give them the solution, like don't spoon feed them, right? Let them come and develop those critical thinking skills, because that is what will be needed in the real life. Now that is the point number 2. Point number 3 is learning by doing. So learning by doing means that once we have learned from our books, the theory part is clear, then it is very important that we apply that thing. And to apply that, whatever we learned is really a step towards like learning it further. So when we read from the books or we see a video, we think that okay, we got the topic, but once we apply that knowledge, then only the real learning starts, right? Because application, the implementation, is the real teacher, right? Once you implement it, then you will understand, and also it feels very good to learn something and then to implement it, right? And maybe in schools and colleges still the we just stop at the theory part, right? In school there are practical, but that is just a minor part of the whole curriculum. Maybe we should focus more on that learning by doing part also, because once only you do it, then you will learn it, right? That is point number 3. And intervention number 4, I will say, promote research method in school. So in research, what we do, we make an hypothesis, we collect certain data, right? And then we see certain patterns on that data, and then we conclude and we infer something from that data. So it's very process driven, and different steps are followed, right? So in this will also help the students to develop this kind of a scientific temper very early in life, right? So they will be able to come up with the sort of a notion that you cannot say anything without proper sort of backing of it. Only when you have data, once you have analyzed that data, once you have proven that this phenomena works like this, then only you can uh, by very conviction you can say this happens, right? And that's how you can derive certain new rules, right? So these days a lot of fake news is there, so you don't have to depend on that fake news. If we have this kind of a scientific temper, we don't have to get fooled by that, right? So that can be done. And fifth and last point, I will say, promoting creativity, right? It's a very big term. uh, so imagination everyone has, but once you put that imagination in action, only then creativity comes up, right? So that from the early ages, when the students are small, we can give them some, say, write a poem, write a story, or create maybe some in technology, create an app, something. So that will just help them think like very laterally, not in a very linear fashion. They will try to accommodate a lot of different things, right? And their brain will also develop, and that appreciation of creativity will also come, because that's how new things and new original ideas will come, when we give the students a sort of a free way to do it, right? If I tell you to write, though there are in schools the essays and everything is done, but still I think that is still very limiting, right? The creativity in the real sense does not come out. And sometimes in schools, we just say that just follow a book and answer the question, follow the book and answer the question, right? That is fine. That will just prepare you like 5-10% for the real challenges that will come in life, because in life, once you are working, or maybe further in your life, the challenges will not be defined very well, right? A lot of problems will be just to define the problem in the right way, and maybe choose the right problem. That is also, once you will grow, you will understand. So it's very important that that is built from early stages in life, just trying to simulate what will happen in the real world, in a classroom, and then help the students to achieve that result. So yeah, this is it. I'll say 5 things again. You have to promote self learning. Only you can learn it. You don't have to depend on anyone. All the great people have been self learners. Critical thinking is very important. You have to analyze it critically. You have to divide it into smaller pieces, and try to see where you are faltering. Is some bias coming into your thinking? There are a lot of logical fallacies are there. You have to understand if you are getting into some. Learning by doing is very important, just not theory. You have to apply it and see how it works, right? And research methods are very important, just to appreciate that I cannot say anything without any data or without any analysis of it, right? I have to have certain backing. And fifth, I'll say, is creativity is very important. All the new things, the things which we really like, are very original, and that originality is somewhere we have to appreciate, right? So yeah, I think that is it. Please let me know if you have any question, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.